Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So in the last class, we have discussed tell how to close a file, isn't it? So after opening, what we have to do? What is the next step we have to? After opening a file, what is the other step? Second step.
Performing read or write.
Read or write. So in this class, we will be learning about read function. Okay. So please take your lecture note and do write this. So now we are going to learn about file reading methods. Okay, so it helps us to read a text or binary file from hard disk. Okay, in this case, the file acts as an input to a program. Okay, so basically there are three types of methods for reading a file. Okay, so a program reads a text or binary file from hard disk. This file acts like an input to a program. So basically there are three types of methods for reading. From this figure, it is clear about the concept regarding the file reading methods, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. So basically there are there are three types of file reading methods. Please. Yes, you want the slide, right? So a program reads a text or binary file from hard disk. Here the file acts like an input to a program, isn't it? So programs are being stored in, or our files are being stored in hard disk. So basically there are three types of methods. So these are the following methods to read data from the file. Read line, read lines, and read. So basically there are three types of methods. Which are they for reading? Read line, read lines, and read method. Okay, so these are the three basic methods to read data from the file. If you want to read the data from the file, there are three methods. First one is read, then read line, then read lines. Okay. There will be slight difference in the method in these methods. Okay, so moving to the first one, read method. This method is used to read. Yes.
Can you tell which was the third method?
Which one? Yeah. Completed?
Okay.
Yeah. So first one is read method, which is used to read the entire file. Note the point. First one is read method, which is used to read the entire file. So this is the syntax. What is the syntax? First you have to write the file object. You know what is file object, isn't it? Then you have to specify the method. It is read method. Okay. So this is the syntax for read method. So what is the purpose of the read method? It is used to read the entire file. It is used to read the entire file, and you have to learn the syntax. First, you have to specify the file object. After that, you have to read. After that, you have to use this method. So now let's have a look at the example. Look at here. First, you look at this example. So here, notes dot text is the name of file. So what is the file object here? F, isn't it? So I will write this code once again so that it can be clear. It will be clear for you. So this is the code. F is equal to open notes.txt. Okay. Then this file is will read, and we will be assigning this to a object, and we will print this X. This X. So here, the name of the file is notes.txt. Here you can see the file. Okay. The content of this file is here. Okay. When this has been seen by the machine, it will print or it will read all the contents. So what is the use of the read function? We have learned that it will read or it will return the entire file. So this is what has been stored in that file. What is the file's name? Notes, isn't it? So the contents which has been stored in the notes is this. Here you can see all the contents of this file. Okay, is that clear? So what is the main function of the read method? It returns the entire file. Whatever it has been written, whatever data it has been written in this file, it will be written. It will be returned using this function, read function. Okay. Okay. Yes. Next is read if. Instead of simply read, if I specify any size here, what will happen? Let's have a look at that. So this is an alternative method for this function, read function. If we specify a size here, let's see what will happen. So read function can be used to read specific size string from file, which means that first you just note down the syntax of this. If we specify a size like 1 or 2, what will happen? Let's have a look. So here you can see one example, f.read1. It will read only single byte, or we can say that it will read only one character from that byte. Okay, so just have a look at the file. This is the file. Okay, Python is a programming language. So if I specify 1 here, it has been told that it will only read a single byte or a single character of a file, of that file. So what will be the output? So what will be the output? Single character. What was the content of the text? What was the content of the file? It is Python, right? Python. What is the content? Python is a programming language. Okay. How many bytes are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that clear? This is how it has been counted. So if I write f.read1, so what will be the output? Only 1 byte. So what will be the output from here? Yes. What will be the output? Yes, my dear.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I didn't understand.
Okay. So if my content of my file is Python, okay. Is that clear? If I use this function, read function, it will return the whole content of that file. This is my content. Is that clear? Now, if I specify like this, if I specify the size inside this function, what is the size? Actually, what is the size of this file? You have to count like this. It is 1, then it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the count. Is that clear? If I just write here 1, if I specify the size, which means that it will only read single character. Which is the first character here? P. So what will be the output?
P.
P. So look at this example. So if I have specified 1, so what will be the output? Only P will be displayed. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Any doubts regarding this? Okay, I am giving you one more example. You just go through it. This is my data in that file. It is my data. Okay, it is the content of my file. If I write like this, X is equal to F dot read O. And if I print that, what will be the output? What will be the output? If this is my content, what will be the output?
He space I.
Yes, can you just repeat? What will be the output?
He space I.
Yes. Let's count. I told 4 here, right? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that clear? This is how we will get the output. Is that clear? Yes. Okay. I'm giving you one more example. I'll call. That person should answer to my question. So yes. Atul. Atul, what is the output, my dear?
He is
Yes, what is the output? This is my file. At the top, you can see my file.
he is my B.
He is my B. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Is that clear? Is that clear, my dears? Say yes or no? Okay. So we are moving to the next function. Read line. This is our next method. Read line. It will return a line. Okay, read line. It reads a line of input. It reads a single line. Okay, it returns the read byte in the form of a string ending with /n. Here you can see the syntax for that. So it reads a single line. From this word, you will get that it will read a single line, isn't it? First call to the function will return first line. And if we call that function once again, it will return the second line. Okay, so it will only print a line. So using this method, we can only read a single line. To reading a single line, we will use read line method. Is that clear? Yes. So here you can see the syntax for that. File object, the read line. So read line will return a line read as a string from the file. So let's have a look at the example. Are you ready? Can I move this? Can I change the slide?
No, ma'am.
Okay, right. So read line reads a line of input. What about the read function? It reads bytes, isn't it? If no n is specified, it reads the entire file. So read file, simply read method will read the entire file. If we specify the size, it will read byte till that limit, isn't it? It returns the read bytes in the form of a string. Okay. Shall I change the slide? Is that clear? So moving to the example. See, how many lines are there?
3.
3. First, whenever we are going to run a program, first we have to create a text file. Okay, and I have created this text file and have named it as notes.txt. So this notes.txt is the name of my file. Here you can see 3 sentences, 3 lines, isn't it? Now let's see what will the output. Look, I have not specified anything. So it has only printed the first line, isn't it? From this, it is clear that it will return only one line from my file, isn't it? But how many lines does that file contains? How many files does that file contains? How many lines were there? 3. But this read line will only return one line, isn't it? That is why the output is like this. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If I repeat this method again, if I type this method again, then it will display the second line. Okay. This is how the operation has been done. Clear? Is it okay? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next one is read lines. It will read the entire content of the file. Okay, read lines. It will read all the lines. So here you can see the syntax of this. It is file object dot read lines. The difference is that it will return a list, which can be then used for manipulation. Okay, it reads all the lines and it returns in the form of list. But in the case of read function, it returns a string, but here it returns the data in the form of list. It returns in the form of list. It returns in the form of list. Okay, this is the main point regarding this, which can be then used for manipulation, for changing. So please do go through the syntax and please do learn about different types of methods. There are 3 types of methods: read, read line, and read lines. In read function, it reads n bytes, isn't it? It reads n bytes and it returns in the form of string. While coming to the next method, it is read line. It will read a line, isn't it? It will read a line of input. It returns the read bytes in the form of a string. While coming to the read lines, it reads all the lines and it will return in the form of list. Now let's have a look at that. Then, shall we look at the example?
Just a minute.
No,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay. Right. Here you can see that this method will return a list of strings which has been separated by /n. Over. Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Now have a look at the example of this. Here you can see /n, isn't it? So read lines method will return a list of string, each separated by /n. Here you can see one example for this. All the lines are being separated with /n. Means read lines method will return a list of strings. List is the main word. Rest of the method will return a string, but here it return a list of string which has been separated by /n. Okay, so here you can see the syntax. First, the file has been opened. After that, we have used a file object using which we have read. We have used the function or used the method read lines. And on the right hand side, you can see the example, the output, isn't it? Which has been got using the function or using the method read lines, which returns a list of string which has been separated by /n. Is it okay? Yes. In this line, I think there's nothing to write. No need to write. There is writing a lot. Huh? Yes. So moving to the, so far we have discussed about three methods. Which are the three methods? Read, read line, read lines. In the first, it reads the whole. It reads the whole contents of the specified file, isn't it? And it returns the string. But in the second one, read line, it reads a single line and it is in the form of string, right? But here, it returns a list of string. In both cases, it is in the form of string, but it is in the last case, it is in the form of list of string. Okay, so this is the difference between the three methods. This is how we can read the content of a file. Is it clear? Yes?
Mom,
Yeah.
mom, can you show the example of read line method again?
Read line or read lines?
Read line. No, ma'am, the previous one.
This one?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the text file, my dear. The text in which I have written lines. The output is on the next screen, on the next slide.
Ma'am, the output is a string, right? Then why it is not enclosed in quotes?
It is a string. Why it is not composed that it is a string? It is not composed that a string should have double quotes. Okay. What is string? When you are enclosing double quotes, it is known as string constant. Hmm? You are not familiar with the concept. String means set of characters, not one set of characters. Okay. So I would like to give some questions related to this topic. Ready? Please do note down all the questions that I am giving because it is all related to your exam. I hope you all are noting that questions. Ready? Read some bytes from the file. and returns it as string. Is it over? Can I move? Can I change the slide?
No, ma'am.
If it is over, let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you. Advance happy Onam. Bye. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.